On Rust, Alec Baldwin claims he is not responsible for a fatal shooting. Alec Baldwin adamantly denied any involvement in the fatal shooting of a cameraman on the set of a Western filming in New Mexico, stating that a live round had been accidentally inserted in the gun that went off in his grasp as he was rehearsing a scene. "Someone put a live bullet in a gun, a bullet that wasn't even supposed to be on the property," Mr. Baldwin said in a television interview that was broadcast on Thursday night. "Someone is responsible for what happened, and I can't say who that is, but I know it's not me." Mr. Baldwin made the remarks in an emotional ABC News interview with George Stephanopoulos, marking the first time he has publicly spoken about the events of October. The actor's account of the episode may raise questions about crew members and suppliers, as well as who is in charge of securing weaponry in the low-budget movie. Mr. Baldwin also stated in the interview, which extracts were posted on Wednesday, that he did not pull the trigger of a gun he was practicing with on the set of Rust when it fired a live cartridge. "I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never," Mr. Baldwin said. On October 21, a fatal shooting occurred on a movie set that was built to seem like a church near Santa Fe, New Mexico. Mr. Baldwin was practicing drawing an old-fashioned pistol, with no live rounds when it accidentally fired, killing the film's cinematographer, Haina Hutchins, 42, and injuring the director, Joel Souza, 48. Mr. Baldwin said he was taken aback by what he saw, and that it took him at least 45 minutes after the cannon went off to realize it could have held a live cartridge. "I stood over her for 60 seconds as she just laid there kind of in shock," Mr. Baldwin said. The actor went on to say that he did not cock the gun's hammer, but instead pulled it back as far as he could and let it go, perhaps setting it off. "I let go of the hammer, and the gun goes off," says the narrator. Investigators are trying to figure out how a live bullet got into the gun Mr. Baldwin was training with, how the crew members inspecting it on set missed it, and why the gun discharged. Mr. Baldwin's claim that he did not pull the trigger was backed up by a lawyer representing the film's assistant director, Dave Halls, who was standing close to Mr. Baldwin when the gun went off inside the church set. Mr. Halls told the lawyer, Lisa Torrico, on Thursday's ABC News broadcast Good Morning America, that the entire time Baldwin had his finger outside the trigger guard, parallel to the barrel. Mr. Halls, she claimed, had told her from day one that he thought it was a misfire. Mr. Baldwin also stated in the ABC interview that Mr. Halls told him soon before the incident. "This is a cold gun, an industry term, meaning that the pistol does not carry live rounds, and is safe to use. What he's saying to everyone on the set when he says, 'This is a cold gun,' is, 'You can rest,'" Mr. Baldwin explained. Mr. Baldwin, who has been heavily chastised since the incident, has already been interrogated by authorities and is helping with the investigation. No one has been charged in connection with the incident, and no one has been blamed by authorities. "I got countless people online saying, 'You idiot, you never point a gun at someone,'" Mr. Baldwin said. "Well, unless you're told it's empty, and it's the director of photography who's instructing you on the angle for a shot we're going to do." The actor insisted that the tragedy occurred after he was handed the gun, and was told it was safe, and that Ms. Hutchins herself had told him how to position it. "Both he and Ms. Hutchins assumed the gun was safe to handle," he said. "I am holding the gun where she told me to hold it," Mr. Baldwin said. "I can't imagine I'd ever do a movie that had a gun in it again."